What's going on, guys? Mike, aka Crypto Jules. I'm going to do a different style of video today. I'm going to go through a kind of a video explanation of how I look for small cap gems that were born in the bear market and get my potential pricing targets for those altcoin gems. Guys, it's really important to understand not every single altcoin that you get in has a guarantee of doing this. No, none of them have a guarantee of doing this. You know, the best thing to do is to find one that has a good chart and that has good fundamentals and good tokenomics. Those three things coupled together, you know, will increase the percentage chance of these types of scenarios unfolding. And you got to remember that they're all not going to happen the way you think they are. So that's why you do not want to go all in on one particular gem or another. You know, you want to kind of spread your risk out and go into a couple different ones. All right, so I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I do this for entertainment and educational purposes only, so do not blindly follow anything I say or do. All right, let's look at this is Toko. This is a altcoin that was born basically in the bear market in 2019 and just had a nasty death spiral down, losing 98.5% from when this thing was launched. And the structure, the first thing you're looking for is, you know, the structure of how this thing is moving downwards. What I look for are structures that are moving in three waves. So this thing moved in a three-wave structure. You've got an A, a B, and a C. That's the first thing that I'm looking for. And then once it bottoms and that starts to move up, that's when you know, okay, hey, I can start looking at this for a potential larger degree swing trade. And the next thing I do is I apply my fibs and I mark my fib levels out at key areas, which would be the 618, the 786, 887. Those are the key areas that I'm looking for to get rid of and to sell. You know, once I get an entry here. So let's go ahead and slide this over and see how this ended up playing out. So as we can see on Toko, it hit 618. You know, after it bottomed, it had this, you know, funky structure. You know, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably what that is. You know, maybe an A, B, C. But anyways, it hit 618, and then it corrects down to about 0.5, and then it goes up. It blows through 786, through 887, and then it dies off. So that is the typical structure of an altcoin that, you know, is more than likely never going to go above all-time high again. But, you know, you can still make, if you bought this thing, you know, if you got lucky and bought this thing towards the bottom, this was a 4,400% gain all the way from top. You know, if you sold at 618, you got a 10x, you got 1,100%. Then if you averaged a little bit out there at 887, that's a 2,300%. And then the 887 is a 3,500%. So those, you know, are the areas that you look for to take profits on. I'm not going to get into details on Elliott wave structure, you know, on what this count is on the way up. This is just a real simple way of looking at it. If you guys want to know details of how to, you know, take profits more on you know, lower degree timeframes, you guys can join my premium Discord or take my online trading course that I'm developing currently, which I do have a link for that below that you guys can sign up and get notified once it is ready, which I'm working on it now and we'll hopefully have it launched within the next 30 days. So anyways, that's an example of Toko. Let's look at an old one, MTV. Let's see what it did. So same type of structure here. This thing was born April of 2019 in the bear market, and it had this nasty spiral down, which is you got your three-wave structure here. you can take your fibs and apply it here. Mark off your 618, your 786, and your 887. Let's see how it ends up playing out. So, all right. So again, this one ended up just absolutely exploding. It ended up breaking all-time high, but it ended up exploding. If you got lucky and bought the bottom, that is a 18,125% gain from bottom to top, or 2,000% to your first target, 4,500% to your second target, and 7,500% to your third target. More than likely, you're not going to catch the very bottom, and that's not what you're looking to do. You're looking for this impulsive structure, and then your pullback, and then you're looking to buy this bottom. Unless you're, depending on what your risk tolerance is, you could obviously scale in and buy this, but you got to hold through that in order to, get your larger degree pump up. So, again, that's, this played out perfectly. And then it just kind of died off. What's going to happen here is yet to be seen. So let's give an example in real time of some that I'm watching. All right, so VXV, which is, in my opinion, this is an AI narrative token. This is one that I believe will, potentially could see all-time highs or above all-time highs. But either way, if you lay this thing out, mark off your targets. Again, this thing is an A, B, C. It's got a three-wave structure. This is similar to MTV. So if we take a peek at, remember MTV, which is the one we just looked at. Very similar. The MTV went up to the 382. This one's gone up to the 382. MTV came back and wicked below 236. Let's go ahead and do our fib retracement. So it actually retraced down to 786 and bottomed at 786 before it had its explosion up. Let's look at VXV. Is currently, wicked down to 786 and potentially has bottomed. So this thing may be ready to run all the way up to these next targets. So again, if we look at it, my ultimate targets from here would be, first target would be 735% at 786. It would be 1,700% at 786 fib level, and then 3,000% at the 887. So this is one that I'm watching. This is one that I am currently trading from an Elliott wave standpoint. And I believe this guy has potentially bottomed and is ready to explode upwards, no different than the other ones. Let's look at another one. Let's look at Orion chain. Same type of scenario. This one ended up pumping up to the 0.5 level already and is looking at its retrace here. So far, it's retraced almost down to 0.5. I would really like to see this get below, into the 618 level. And that is the area of interest for me. And then from there, your next target would be 500% at 618, 1,300% at the 786 fib level, and 2,200% at the 887 level. So just an idea, guys, of how you guys can spot these things. And, a real simple way of trading it without getting into any details of Elliott wave structure or anything like that. But you got to remember, you got to pick ones that have good fundamentals, a good chart, and a good narrative that are going to explode, in the next season. So hope that helped. See y'all later.